Now, we'll come to the solution shortly because there's been a proposal for grazing routes versus ranches, and you've already stated your preference for one. But then there are different theories as to what this conflict is about. You also say that there's a criminality aspect of it.
Exactly.
And there's also some conspiracy theories coming up saying that, you know, in some instances, they're taking over entire villages, sacking the villages, and people are settling down in those areas.
Exactly.
You do have, you know, some evidence in your state
that is what I call criminality. That is one part of it. Those who are coming, and I regard them as terrorists, coming to chase people away from their ancestral homes and take over the land, like we have right now in one council ward in Kwande local government in Mo district. As I talk to you, the indigenes have been chased away, and the herdsmen are occupying that land. And it is not right. These are terrorist people. And the second aspect is the criminal aspect of people rustling cattle and all that. The unfortunate thing is most times the cattle rustlers are not indigenes of such settlements. They come from somewhere, rustle cattle, go away with it. The Fulani comes with their militia and raise down a village, kill people and destroy their property. So it is a major problem that we're facing in Benue today. One thing is that after our carrot approach of the amnesty program, we have gone into the stick approach, and we are regarding anyone rustling cattle as a criminal. And once we get to you, the law will take its course. But one other thing that is happening is the criminality is not from one side. The two sides are involved. The herdsmen are involved. Sometimes the natives are also involved. They work together to rustle these cattle and take them away. But when the herdsmen come with their militia, they attack the indigenes where these cattle were rustled. So
there is actually a militia arm.
Exactly.
There's a militia arm of the herdsmen menace, is there?
It is. There is. In this country today, they are everywhere, and they come to do it. Even last week, one of my friends was kidnapped, and he told me that the kidnappers told him that they are hired to come and fight. And when there is no fighting, they go to into the business of kidnapping.
Is the militia arm, you know, sponsored by herdsmen in the country, or is this foreign herdsmen sponsoring foreign militia into Nigeria?
I know that they are sponsored by herdsmen. There is no doubt about that. And I tell you, the rampant cases of kidnapping today is attributed to this militia that has been hired by these herdsmen. It is a wrong approach altogether. For me, I believe that there should be a win-win situation. Like I said, there's no more land for grazing, but there is need for us to come and dialogue. Dialogue remains the best option to solving this problem.
So you are not able to clarify, you know, whether or not this militia arm is sponsored by local herdsmen or foreign herdsmen, because you did mention that there was a foreign aspect to this crisis.
I don't know, but I'm aware that there is a militia group maintained by the herdsmen, because each time there are incidences of cattle rustling or attack on the herdsmen, militia people comes in to attack the people. So it is very clear. And when they are coming, one amazing thing is they will give you notice when they are coming, and they come. So they're all over the place. And I tell you the truth, today in Nigeria, these militias are responsible for the kidnappings that are going around all over the place. Back home in my place, a reverend father was kidnapped. It was discovered that it was members of the herdsmen militia who kidnapped him and killed him, you know. Back home, there's one notorious criminal that we're looking for called Tewa Sakwaza alias Ghana. Some time ago, he granted interview to you, and you heard him say that he was trained in Niger and Cameroon and Borno State. and came back terrorizing the entire community. And he was one of the arrowheads of rustling cattle. He would go to a far distance, rustle these cattle, take them away, and then the herdsmen militia will come and attack those communities. You know, so there is an existence of this militia group in Nigeria, all over the place today.
Well, only recently you visited a tar-free village in Buruku local government area, and you are quoted as saying that your state is helpless in the face of these attacks. Is there really nothing that states can do? Honestly,
I appreciate the federal government. I appreciate the president, the passion it has for the states. And each time I call, the security agencies have been directed to work with me and ensure that they flush out all these evil and terrorist groups, killers and kidnappers and cattle rustlers, including the militia group from the herdsmen. There is a directive from the presidency that will make sure we flush these people out. That they are helping. But honestly, my state has been under siege for a very long time. Even before I came in, what I have tried to do is to introduce dialogue into the whole matter. Try to convince the farmers and try to convince the herdsmen that let us work together. Because we must find a way out of this. Today and tomorrow, I still believe that what we need to do as a lasting solution to this problem of herdsmen and farmers clashes remains the issue of ranching. But I believe that it cannot be done overnight. It is something that will require the state government, the federal government, to come together and find ways of indoctrinating these nomads to find the best way out of it. If we borrowed presidential system of government from America, why can't we borrow ranching from America? I believe that there used to be grazing in America, but because of the upsurge of population and non-availability of land, today they have adopted ranching, and they are doing it, and globally, even in Asia and other parts of the world, including Africa. I was in Swaziland about 3 years ago, and what I saw there, their major export earning is beef. But they ranch as small as the country is. So why can't we do the same thing here?
Now, your colleague in Ekiti State, Governor Ayodele Fayose, has proposed the Prohibition of Cattle and Other Ruminant Grazing Act of 2016. Well, they recently passed that into law. Do you think that that could be a stopgap measure, pending when it is you're able to find a lasting solution to this crisis?
Well, I don't know the details of his law, but we already presented a bill to the State House of Assembly to be passed into law, and we believe that we should adopt ranching. But our method is a peaceful one, and there's going to be a transition. Okay, it is not something that will go overnight.